Hey, I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Unless you've never been here, of course, so then welcome. I am so glad you've stopped by. Today, we're going to be reviewing the Jeffree Cosmetics Blood Sugar Anniversary Collection. I got the full bundle that was available from JeffreeCosmetics.com, and I am so ready to jump into this and see what everything consists of and try out a little look today. So if you would like to know as well, if you'd like to see how the look comes out, how the mirror looks, what's in the lipstick vault, see what the Cavity Skin Frost highlighter palette looks like, as well as the mini blood sugar palette, then stay exactly where you are, keep doing exactly what you're doing, and keep on watching. Now, I ordered this bundle off of JeffreeCosmetics.com. Usually I order off of Beautylish, but I got on his website first. I was able to add the products to the cart and get checked out before there was any kind of problem or issue. So everything was seamless this time. I didn't run into any problems. Definitely worth noting. And this entire bundle costs $250. That consists of the Lipstick Vault, the Blood Sugar Anniversary Edition palette, the Blood Sugar Mini palette, the Cavity Skin Frost highlighter palette, as well as the Blood Sugar mirror. That's just a box, that's not the mirror. You know, I already owned the original Blood Sugar palette, so I wasn't even going to order the palette itself, but whenever I added up the total of everything except for the palette, it came to like $252. And I could get the bundle with the palette for $250. So it was definitely a no-brainer to just get the bundle anyway. So the special edition palette is probably going to be my keepsake palette, my collector's edition palette, if you will. It's going to sit somewhere and be pretty so I can take pictures of her whenever I want. Now you can, of course, buy individual items from the collection as well. The Blood Sugar palette just by itself is $52, both for the Anniversary Edition and the Standard Edition. The Blood Sugar Mini palette is $28, just like the Mini Orgy palette and the Mini Jawbreaker palette. The Lipstick Vault is $160. The Cavity Skin Frost highlighter palette is $38. Then the hand mirror is $25. You can also get this bundle for $70 and this bundle for $100. That's the Blood Sugar palette, the mini palette, and the highlighter palette. And that is every purchasing option available. Now let's open the mirror first so I can see what it looks like and use it for the rest of this video. That's pretty. I wish this was black instead of white, but it's still really pretty. I really like the soft touch mirrors. I like the chrome mirrors if we're getting like royal blue or royal red, but the soft touch mirrors are great, especially for avoiding fingerprints. When I'm sitting here holding a mirror filming a video, it's not cute to see a bunch of dirt and fingerprints all over the back of the mirror, so I'm thankful it's a soft touch. So that is one more mirror to add to my collection. And now I just want to show you guys what the actual Blood Sugar palette looks like beside the Anniversary Edition palette so you can see clearly what the differences are. It's really just a color difference. So here is the original Blood Sugar palette. Here's the Anniversary Edition. So we have the red unit carton versus the white, but everything else is the same. It's literally just color reversed. And then same thing for the actual palette component itself. Colors are just reversed. Here's the original, here's the Anniversary Edition. Same thing for the back. Exactly the same, just reversed. Oh, that's not exactly the same. The plus sign and logo is bigger on the Anniversary Edition. And on the Anniversary Edition, there's also a pressed pigment warning, and there's not on the original. Good to know. And now here you can see the color story between the two, which it's exactly the same, but whenever you look at the color story in a different color palette, it is amazing to me how almost changes what the color story looks like. In the white palette, I see so many more nudie brown shades than I do red. Then in the red palette, I see so many more reddy, deep kind of maroony shades than I do nudes. So it's just interesting how just changing the background color of a palette can make the palette look completely different. I do think I prefer the red one though. I just really like how dramatic the red looks. Now I haven't done an official review of the Blood Sugar palette, quote unquote review, because it's been out a long time. It was out before I ever even started my YouTube channel, so I didn't figure a review was necessary. However, I have used the palette on video before. I actually used this palette with quite a few of the other Jeffree Cosmetics palettes to create a Valentine's Day look this year. So I'll leave that video linked up here if you want to see kind of what was created from that. It was a lot of fun. It was very interesting to say the least. But if you'd like to know a little bit more past history with me and Blood Sugar, you can find it there. Today though is just gonna be a red look to celebrate the anniversary of Blood Sugar. Now the first actual new item I'm gonna open is the mini palette, well except for the mirror. And I think this palette has a couple new shades in it. I don't remember how many of the shades are new. The artwork on the front of this palette is so cool. Lipstick Nick always does such an amazing job on his makeup. Now let's see what she looks like. Is there a sheet? Yes, there's a sheet. It's literally a mini Blood Sugar. Look at that, isn't that crazy? Weird, I just realized the shade Sugar Cane in this palette is a different shade in the mini palette as it is the standard one. I can't really get them right beside each other. Well, that's kind of close. That Sugar Cane in the original palette and that Sugar Cane in the mini palette. Does the mini palette Sugar Cane not look a lot lighter? Like a lot more white added to it? I guess I could just swatch them both. Maybe they are the same shade. I still think it looks different. I don't know why. Actually, the shade Prick, too, does not look the same. There you go. Maybe that's a little bit better. So now you can see Sugar Cane definitely looks lighter in the mini Blood Sugar, and then Prick looks like a dull reddish maroon, I guess, like a dusty red, and then Prick in the Blood Sugar palette looks like it's true vibrant red. Even Cherry Soda looks different. I almost feel like the formula must have changed a little bit, because here is Prick from the Blood Sugar palette. Here's Prick from the mini Blood Sugar palette. They look almost still identical, but the original is just a slight bit more vibrant, and it almost seems like it's a little lighter. Yeah, that just doesn't feel like the same formula. Although I have probably had the original Blood Sugar palette that I've got well over a year, and the open date is 12 months. So who knows, maybe that could have a bearing on it, I don't know. But aside from the accidental new shades, the only real new shade that's in this mini palette is the shade Wisdom, and it is this gorgeous ruby red. It just looks like it's glowing. It's so reflective and metallic. Definitely gonna be using that shade today. There's even little gold specks of glitter in it, which makes it have a gold reflect, and it's just perfect. Definitely using it. Now let's open up the Cavity Skin Frost Highlighter Palette. I'm so excited to swatch these. I love the Peppermint Frost Skin Frost Highlighter Palette from Christmas 2019? 2020, maybe? I don't remember for sure. But it was the same kind of build, same kind of style. The main real difference is the size, because the size is definitely very different. The Peppermint Frost palette contained 7 grams of product per pan, and the Skin Frost highlighter palette contained 7 grams of product per pan. Oh, but there were 3 shades in Peppermint Frost, and there's 4 shades in the Cavity palette. Then on the front of it, we have this beautiful marketing. I believe this was from the original Blood Sugar launch, and they put it on this packaging. And then the inside looks like this. So we got a white, a pink, a champagne, and an orange, I guess. I can already tell you right now that I'm gonna love these. What? Oh, they're so pretty. That white one is gonna go with everything. Oh. And the pink isn't just a pink. It's a pink with a gold flip. It actually kind of reminds me of NARS Orgasm, but instead of it being like a blush red, it's more like a Barbie pink. And last but certainly not least, we have the Lipstick Vault. I already took out all of the brand new shades. These are all the existing shades from Jeffree Cosmetics Velour Liquid lipsticks. So I figured I would keep them in here and just swatch the new ones. There are 16 new shades. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in and do swatches like we would if it was an eyeshadow palette, but we're gonna do it for the lipsticks instead. The first shade is the shade Bubblegum. Then the shade Cavity, Sweet Tooth, Sugar Spike, Candy Joint, Prick, Firestarter, Pink Veins, Cherry Soda, Sucker Punch, heart rate, heartbeat, pink house, forbidden fruit, bite my tongue, and misery. And there we have every single swatch of all 16 brand new Velour Liquid lipsticks within the Blood Sugar Anniversary Lipstick Vault. You guys know, as always, I will insert photos of the swatches, one with flash here, and one without flash here. I love the range of those lipsticks. I'm gonna have every color that I'll ever need for every client, at least in the red category. Now I did go ahead and prime my eyes off camera using my P. Louise base in the shade Romer 02. I had to find it again. And you know, I think today for this look, I'm gonna just keep it kind of simple, and I'm going to try really hard to avoid pinks and purples. We've already done two Valentine's Day looks. Valentine's Day is over. It is time to move on. I'm gonna start with this big fluffy Morphe M532 brush. And with that, I'm gonna go right here into the shade Sugarcane. And with Sugarcane, she's gonna go right into the crease. I just kind of want to give the eye an overall color base that is slightly red hued but still nudie, just so I can build off of it. Now I'm gonna take the ColourPop E22 pointed blender brush, and I'm gonna go into the shade O Positive. See, really, I think I should have started with this shade instead, but I thought Sugarcane was really just gonna be my skin tone color. I didn't even realize it was pink. I'm just gonna start deepening up the crease with this, putting it all into the crease, blending it out, kind of toning down the pink hue that I've got with a little bit of a cool gray. With O Positive blended out all the way now, I feel like I'm getting to a point where it's almost just as deep as I want it, but almost. So now I'm gonna use the Sigma E25 blending brush. It's a little bit wider but thinner, so I can really get a targeted application just in the crease. And now I'm gonna use the shade Intravenous right here. And this shade is gonna be my deepest shade, so I'm gonna start in the outer portion of the crease, and I'm only gonna pull it in maybe halfway or 3/4 of the way, and then on the outer edge, I'm gonna pull it out just a little bit. So I got a little carried away with that shade on the left side, so I had to go back in on the right side and darken it even more and bring up the darkness a little bit. It just goes to show you how easy it is for these dark colors to take over. However, it is quite irrelevant since I'm about to go in and cut my crease using the Bada Bada Black base from P. Louise. And for that, I'm just gonna use the Velour Cosmetics. It's from the 3 Ojitos collection. It's the rounded brush, but it's very sharp, very flat. So I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera. I'm gonna clean up my lid with some micellar water and some pointed detail Q-tips. Then I'm gonna cut my crease and I will be right back. Okay, I've finally gotten my crease cut, but now we get to go in with the mini blood sugar palette and use the shade Wisdom. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. I cannot wait to see what this looks like on the eye. Wow, that is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Now we know the best way to get the golden reflect is to use your finger. The best way to get the red super pigmented potency is to use the brush. So now let's go in with a liner or a Velour Liquid lipstick. I'm choosing the shade Firestarter. It's a really bright red, but it's got an orange base to it, and I think it'll just really pop on top of this look. Actually, no, I just changed my mind. I'm gonna use Firestarter on the inner half of the wing, then I'll use Sucker Punch for the second half of the wing. Liner is done, and I really like the liner, or the lipstick, I'm sorry, on top of the look. However, you can't really see it too much, especially on camera. So I'm gonna use my ColourPop Cream Gel Liner. This is in the shade Swerve. It's just a black, and I'm gonna go in and kind of just outline the wing shape that I've got. Liner is now complete, and that concludes the whole first part of the eyeshadow look. I need to still finish off the lower lash line and use the highlighter palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of my face makeup off camera. I feel like we're to the point now where, at least without practice, it's good enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera, and once I finish everything, I'll be right back. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Now that face makeup is applied, I have got to get something on my lower lash line, like right now. So I'm going to go in with the Morphe X Jeffree Star JS13 brush, and I'm going to go back into the shade. Now let's add more red. I'm going to use the Morphe M321 Crease Bullet Pointed Blender Brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Prick. And Prick is just going to be what I use to blend out intravenous. Oh yes, do you see that smoky red? My lower lash line looks like a chocolate covered cherry, and I kind of love it. But that's it for the eyeshadow. So now let's play with some highlighter. I think I'm gonna use the white shade for the eyes and then the rose cold shade for the face. Okay, it is leaving a slight cast. I can't see the reflect yet, but I haven't turned either. But just facing the front, it definitely has a rosy cast to it. Luckily though, it's kind of the same color as my blush, which I did use the shade Prick in the eyeshadow palette as my blush. But that's pretty, really quite beautiful. Very soft. And now it's time for the shade Icing Ivy, right in my inner corner. And I'm also gonna throw just a little bit of that right on the brow bone. Oh, I never finished my brows. Oops. So, now the only thing that's left is lips. Except for, of course, the finishing touches like mascara and lashes. But I'm gonna do that off camera so we can save time. But for lips, I'm gonna use the Weirdo Velour Lip Liner to start. And we're gonna do a black lip line today. And with the lip liner done, it is now time for lipstick. And again, I'm gonna do an ombre. I'm gonna choose Bite My Tongue first for the overall color, and then Sucker Punch again for a really bright pop in the middle. Hopefully, we're gonna find out. Okay, I think I've now gotten that blended enough, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Sucker Punch, and she's gonna go right on the center. So now I need to go off camera, put on my mascara and my lashes. So I will be right back with my final thoughts on the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Blood Sugar Anniversary Collection. And we are back with the finished look. So what do you guys think? I think it was a lot of fun to create this look. It was a little bit different for me with the little floating graphic wing. I don't really know what I would call it. It's kind of like a graphic liner, but it's like a graphic wing. Either way, it was fun. This new shade in this mini blood sugar palette, Wisdom, is just so gorgeous. I love that shade. It's a perfect red, but the flip that it has to it, it's really unique. Oh, let me zoom you guys in real quick so you can see the look close up. Boom. So here are the eyes close up. We've got a wing on one side, a wing on the other side. I think it's really, really pretty though. I really, really like it. So all in all, for the new items, definitely recommend. For the old items that are just relaunched or redesigned, it's strictly gotta be up to you. You know, if you have blood sugar, no point in getting another one. If you have blood sugar but you wanna travel with it and you can't because the trunk is so big, then mini blood sugar is for you. And with that, that's really it from me for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up just to let me know that you enjoy my content. So if you did like it, it'd mean the world to me if you want to give me a thumbs up. I'd also love to know what you guys think about this collection. I know there were a ton of people that were like, it's all the same stuff. But for me, I was like, oh, I didn't get the chance to really experience the initial blood sugar launch, so this is my real chance to experience a blood sugar launch. But I'm curious of your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below just what you guys think. If you like the idea of the mini blood sugar palette, do you like the blood sugar palette with the reverse packaging and the white box, or do you like it with the standard packaging and the red box? I think I like the red better personally. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of this video, if you gain nothing out of any of my videos, please at least gain this. And that is to always remember and never forget that you are absolutely beautiful. And I love you guys. Bye.